Hey everybody, it's me, Abby. I'm Abigail Kirsten and welcome to my channel. Wow, that's such a nostalgic feeling. No, I haven't died. As you can see, I'm very much alive. I got some messages saying, where am I? When am I coming back? I am so thankful for those people to keep asking me that 4 to 5 years ahead still. I think that's a major compliment. So this is in response for those people. So right off the bat, I just want to break into it. I have not filmed myself in, I have to check the dates, but maybe 4 or 5 years. It's been some time. It took a lot of courage for me to come back on camera once again. Because I left YouTube so long time ago, I kind of got out of the habit of being behind a camera. First off, I want to apologize for this major hiatus that I did take. A lot happened during these years. So if you want to know what happened, just like a smidge of it, I'm going to brief it as much as I can, but knowing me, it probably would be a half-an-hour video. If you're not interested in that, this is basically my first video, just ice-breaking and saying that, hey, I'm back. I'm going to be briefing things that happened from 4 to 5 years in my life. And, get yourself some tea, because I'm a beast. And I got myself some tea. I got some oolong tea in case anybody is wondering. So let's get right into the video. So 4 to 5 years of my life, wow, I have not written any notes on what I'm going to talk about today, mainly because I want it to be as authentic as it can possibly be. I don't want to script what I have to say. I want to behave like as I'm talking to friends, and I am, right? See, I'm not even used to talking properly. The time that I was filming YouTube, one of the videos that was the most popular on my channel was the weight loss video. Probably you guys know that. And I still get a bunch of questions. I accept that being overweight and losing weight is a tough journey. And I'm not saying in the physical sense, I'm saying more on the mental sense. It's the motivation, the drive, the ability to want to do it. So when you saw those videos of me on YouTube, I have to be honest and say that I wasn't in the appropriate, not even appropriate, I wasn't in the right mental state. I actually was going through depression during that time. I had gone through a lot that led up to my depression. I started my video on my first year of college. A lot of people were asking me, to do things, like to show them tips and everything, and that's what started my YouTube channel, because I was like, I kind of don't want to type to many people. I'm not much of a texter or a typer, so I was like, why don't I just make videos and just send them the link and be like, yo, that's it, you got my tips, you don't have to ask me anymore, I don't have to explain so much. It was during that time, that year, that I chose to be on YouTube. I had just gotten back from vacation from Dubai, which I don't actually consider a vacation. It was a hell vacation. If I can put it lightly. It was mentally exhaustive, and if I remember right, I wasn't in a great mindset. My focus was very egocentric, and at the same time it was also selfless. I hope I'm making sense. It was during that time that I had gone, just to clear the air, I did have an abusive household in my past. When I came to Canada, which was in 2010, I had gotten a break from that, because it was me, my mom, and my sister in a new house here living by ourselves. So I had gotten a break from an abusive household and abusive occurrences. I got a break from that, and in 2012, which was the end of my high school year, beginning of college, I went in that vacation period to Dubai, and things happened on that vacation. I was in an 8-month relationship with someone I truly spent 8 months rotting my brain every day about. One of the major things I went into depression was not only because of family drama, but because of that relationship as well. The reason why my brain was feeling like it's rotting for all those 8 months was the relationship was very stressful. It was long distance, a lot of worrying, second guessing. It really changed the personality I originally was before that relationship, which I don't think is appropriate for a relationship to change you to something worse than your original self. The relationships would make you better. With that in mind, I went to Dubai for him. So I went for 3 months, meaning 90 days. Out of the 90 days, I only saw him 6 to 8 days because he couldn't visit me all those days. So that was a waste of money. I could have gone to another country that I've never been before to and experienced that culture, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it was good I did go there. Maybe if I didn't, I wouldn't have departed from the relationship. I would have stayed longer, dreaming in this dream world about how it could end up if he were to move to Canada. That guy was from my high school, and of people who I used to be friends with, which was taking his side, which was taking my side, so it kind of was breaking me a little bit. Till today, there's probably a lot of people that are on his side and think I'm somewhat different, but that's okay. Everybody has friends, and unfortunately friends pick friends side. I'm not that type of person who picks friends side. I will pick the side that is right and sound, but not all people are like that. I am okay with however any of those people think of me. I went to Dubai and I was greatly disappointed by our date. It was stressing me out. Now I felt like I didn't love this guy anymore, so it was stressing me out on how to break it to him when he had his own family drama that was abusive to him. It was a lot of mental stress because I take things upon myself. I feel like always the world is on my shoulders. I'm briefing, so it may not sound like the biggest thing, but it was the biggest thing back then. And till today, I would say I'd never want to relive that. And while all this was happening, my parents were fighting. In 2010, when I landed in Canada, I had a break from all of that family drama for 2 years, all the way to go back to it and be refreshed, like in my memory, like, oh my god, I have not been living with this for 2 years. I'm not used to it anymore. Like, I moved on from that. That was stressing me out. I started getting acne. I had breakouts. It was bad. I wasn't eating well. I don't know, I wasn't eating well. But this was all before I started YouTube. And then when I came back to Canada when I was in college, I chose to leave him, but in my heart, you know, when you are with someone for so long, you get used to it, and so when you let go of them, you miss it. That's how I was. I know it's so stupid now that I think of it, but that wrecked me because he stopped talking to me completely. And I thought at least we'd mutually work it out. That broke my heart so badly. I was like, if I meet him, I'd be okay, but there's still some residual emotion of there was no particular closure. It's like a drag, you know? I want to end the relationship one there, mainly because I have so much to talk about. There was fighting in my family. My parents split. My dad moved on. He got a girlfriend or whatever. Of course, that also took me some time to get used to. I was very heartbroken in the beginning. On that vacation, I was so stressed that I neglected one of my really best friends from Canada that was from my high school as well. And I didn't mean to, it's just that I was dying in my head. It was too much for me to take in. And so I came back and he left me. My parents were not very good. I had memories from my childhood I didn't want brought back in a span of 90 days. And my best friend left me. And that was during the first days of my college life. So I felt very abandoned that year, very betrayed. I didn't have the best relationship with my sister as well. I had fights with my mom. It was a wreck, and you would think that would not make someone motivated to be on YouTube, but I still was. I got into a lot of bad company during my college years. And when I say bad company, I'm not talking about like drug people or anything. My version of bad company is just people who don't lift me, who act mean to me. That's my version of bad company. But I did get into YouTube and I was like, I still want to help people. I know the struggle of being overweight. I want to help. I want to give my secrets off. I want to not hold it and die with it. And that's what motivated me to come to YouTube, was to help. It was never about a self-business. It was more about like, what can I show people that everybody keeps asking me about. On and on into the years into college, I started declining. I got appropriate grades, but my assignments were never handed on time. They were always late. I don't know how this works in other countries, but a percentage of your grade goes away when you keep getting late. I was late for classes. I was never even thinking about the classes. I was late for deadlines. This was all pertaining to my mental state, and then I was handling YouTube at the same time. And you know, when you put it into perspective, it's like, oh my god, this happened to me. And at the same time, when I released my videos, I was dealing with getting used to hate comments on YouTube, like people hating my weight loss video, that I was like, how can you hate a weight loss video? I lost weight. Like, my replies to people when they commented meanly, you would wonder like, whoa, who is that? I had a lot of anger I would release on the internet. If you're curious, you can read it. Probably won't reply the same way to people today. I may slip up sometimes, but it's not the same person. I passed in all of my grades. It was one class that I failed, and so I couldn't advance to the next year in college, which really bothered me. I'm one of the people that love to procrastinate, and I don't like extra effort doing things. So now when I applied for that, I'm like, oh my god, I'm done. I don't have to apply anymore. The hard work is done to get on the computer and go on the site and do it again. All done. But then when I saw that I failed the course, it was rejected online, and I was like, I have to college during summer and talked to the professor. I actually, at some point in college, broke down and went for counseling. There was a lady that was in college that really helped me. I'm not crying, guys. My nose always leaks. Do you guys have that problem? It's like one nostril, one repetitive nostril. It's like, come on. So she helped me. I would talk to her once a week. It's just that I was talking to somebody. I spoke to the professor. He gave me one chance and I passed, but it was too late to get into the next year. From then on, I stopped going to college. I just never had the motivation again. It was like this experience that I was like, I don't want to get back into it. One of my friends that I met there went on with it and she got her degree and I'm so proud of her, but this is something that I couldn't go through. There were so many times where there were business PR deals coming to me for YouTube and I would not take it because it was starting to catch up to me, and as much as I was hiding and not admitting that I was really depressed, it was catching up to me in different ways. I was lagging. I was not my normal self. It was actually then I went to my family doctor and was diagnosed as chronically depressed. I took pills and those pills made me even more depressed. It was a warning. You'd go down when you take the pills and then up back to normal. When you're in that period where you're going down, you feel like it impeding you. You feel like it's bad. You feel like you're just never going to come out of it. So that's how I felt for my college life. I didn't tell anybody, just family knew it. I actually was at home for most of the time doing YouTube, but I wasn't making enough money out of it, and my dad would send me an allowance every now and then, which was very helpful. But then in 2014, my dad didn't know I was on YouTube and he found out. He was very excited for the Success My Weight Loss video. He told me to come to Dubai and work on it. But things when I went to Dubai, I felt very pressured. I feel like this platform, which was my own, is now being taken over and authorized. I'm the type of person that I like doing things on my own. When I need help, I will ask for it. If you give me help, I will take it. If you help when I thought I didn't need it, that's kind of like an insult to me. I was like, okay, maybe I will get more success through him. Let's go with it. At that point, I was not taking the pill anymore. I had stabilized a little bit. I was living there with my dad for 6 months, and I gotta say that those 6 months were not good for me mentally. When I had been living in Canada for so long, but when I went to a new home for 6 months with clashing mannerisms, it just wasn't working well. I can adapt and I make myself adaptive to others, but there's only a brink I can take because I'm also the type of person who suppresses my feelings until one day it just explodes. And that's what happened continuously in Dubai. I was getting stressed and stressed and stressed. To be honest, a lot of people have insecurities. Whether you're good looking, whether you're fit, whether you're overweight, whether you're happy on Instagram with yourself, behind those cameras, there's a lot of insecurities that go around with people. And people will be like, I lost weight, so why am I insecure? This is why I don't say that you gain confidence from losing weight. You just look different. But the inside still stay the same. A lot of people insult my past self in front of me and I'm like, you don't understand, I am still that person inside. You are insulting me, even though it was in the past. That's not right for you to do. These were all of the things that I was encountering during my process of being on YouTube and showcasing that I had lost weight. People in my life in the past was still criticizing me. After all this weight loss journey of being completely obese to what I was, people would still tell me things like, oh, your boobs got smaller, you have big arms, oh, you should tone your legs. They were still giving me advice when they were not even there for the process. For the longest time, I would get into arguments with people because I'm like, don't criticize me, leave me alone. If you're in my group life, if you're online and you're a troll, that's a different thing, we're used to you, but okay, we're not all used to you. It was a lot of self-discipline to not be those kind of people back at them. And even to the point where some of them were like, I don't know if we can be friends, but I can be open with you. I'm like, so if you don't make fun of me, then we're not friends. I don't think I'm able to be friends with people that don't lift me. I want groups that lift me, elevate me, give me ideas, motivate me, drive me. I don't want people who help me sink, because I can do that on my own. I can sink if I want to. The problems I'm working to be better. So I was still criticized after losing weight. It just mind-boggled me that was still happening. My point of being upset with people was always like, I don't understand how you can say that. I don't understand why you would say that. We are family. We are friends. We are humans. Why would we say these things to each other? After my weight loss video, I became so obsessed and upset with losing weight, to the point that which people don't know that I actually had anorexia. And a lot of people looking at me now with the meat that I have will wonder how. During my depression, I really didn't eat, and I didn't want to eat. And I even, to the point, kind of consciously was choosing not to, because when the weight loss was coming naturally from not eating, I kind of liked how I kept getting skinnier. And I don't want anyone to misconstrue this information and saying that that's how I lost weight. No, that's not how I lost weight. I lost weight exactly the way I said it in my weight loss video. It's just that after that, I got obsessive. Like, after losing all the weight, I got even more obsessive, being completely skinny. I kind of liked how I always looked, even though my family would see me in a towel coming out from a bath with all bones. And a lot of people that look at me today will be like, wow, I cannot believe seeing you anorexic. But that was happening, and that's how I got also most of the compliments from people. Like, oh, you're getting skinnier, or wow, your jaw is so defined. And see, these things lifted me to do more to get skinnier. Now, as you probably imagine, I have put on a little weight from my weight loss video. Bear in mind that I was 17 when I filmed it, and I'm now 24. We're all susceptible to gaining a few during almost a 10-year decade kind of thing. But I don't think I'm unhealthy. I think that I'm probably health-wise better now than being anorexic, if you know what I mean. It was to the point that when I went to my family doctor and she was doing a physical checkup on me, and she held my hand. I have muscle now, but when I didn't before and was getting into an obsessive state, she touched my hand and she was like, you have no muscle mass. It was a stick. It's like I still wasn't over my overweight days. I used to always remember the people that bullied me, because I was bullied and cyberbullied. I was prank called. Looking at the time, it says 333, and I'm into like those number things. Probably means something. It took a lot of self-love to grow from that and be okay, because now I have to teach myself how to be appreciative of myself and have confidence, which took years. It's still a work in progress, because I'm so inclined to not being that way through my upbringing, through my life. I used to always look at the weighing scale. I used to always have these bad habits and pressures that I used to put myself. I still kind of have them sometimes. It's a habit that I have to stop. This is why also through this time I was taking time to really study myself and be better and focus on attracting awesomeness into my life. I got into watching videos online, like the law of attraction and things like that. You know, just things that to help me lift myself up. I used to watch Infinite Waters, Leora Alexandra, sorry I'm saying that right. Going back to 2014, it was during that period. I think after that I completely stopped YouTube. It just wasn't right for me at that time. I even wanted to start a tea business to make weight loss tea available to many people, and it just didn't go through. A lot of things fell apart. I fell apart. Family was not right, and it was during that time that my dad had lost his job, and so I had to come back and help provide for my family in Canada, because now he would not be sending money to us, and from then on he completely stopped sending money. I had to go full time, and I had so much stress. Another reason why I didn't come back, even though I would never admit that I was stressed, saving money for years, working extra just to make money. I was so money minded. I have lost so many years because of how money minded I was, and I was like, I just hope one day this is not me with my kids. I want them to never give up their potential careers for things like stress or providing. Since I was the elder sister, that's what I had to do. I would slave away at work. I just had no time. I was too tired to even be on YouTube by then. It's like this break was needed. And even to make this video, even to come back to YouTube, I have been having free time for months, and I have not done it since last year. I have not had the courage to come on YouTube. There was a lot of stress behind this video, not because I'm admitting things, mainly because how do I encompass 4 to 5 years to people who have not seen me for that much time, who have probably forgotten me. I even joined workplaces that gave me a lot of stress, anxiety. Another thing, I'm self-healing. I'm learning a lot about myself these ending years that I didn't learn before. Last year was a complete year of learning. I made a good friend after such a long time, after my best friend left me in 2012, and I recently lost her as well. Not lost, but like we're not friends anymore, in my opinion. If I might add some French, some pretty shitty things was done to me by that friend. And I gave up a job that was making me a lot of money because it was too stressful, and I even had to have the hard talk to my family of saying, hey, I can't be in this job anymore. I was always like in this thing like, I'm giving up something, but what about the house? What about our livelihood? But I gave it up, which was a good move. I'm in a different job now. I don't have the greatest hours. I'm still learning. It's still a work in progress. I'm taking steps all the time to do things like manifest and write down, make a journal. Even though I completely feel like I'm not done with the heavy, I am starting to forget some of the heavy, which means I probably should have written it down. I can now go into maybe saying why I'm coming back on YouTube. I'm coming back on YouTube. Well, I'm coming back mainly because I miss being on it. Now, there were some pressures. The reason why I also was hesitating making this first video was because I was looking at the beauty community and I'm like, there's so much drama and sassiness going on that I do not encompass, and I'm like, do you really need that to make a video? And that's not me. I was always weighing these options of, do I have to be a character on YouTube to make it and things like that, but that's not me. I'm all about authenticity. I had to learn to get rid of this anxiety of who am I supposed to be? And there was a point where people want makeup videos from me. To be honest, I have makeup, but don't expect me to have a whole ton of it. I don't have these drawers of foundations and eyeshadows, palettes here and there, eyeliner here and there, to be like in every video it's something different. So in the first little bit of me being here, I need you guys to to bear with me, and I also want to put in inspirational videos, how to move on from things, how to build self-confidence, how to deal with bullies, even very heavy topics. I don't mind talking about it. I don't want to be just a person of vanity. I want to be a person of inspiration. I want you to wake up one day and saying, I want to watch her videos. They motivate me, they inspire me, I feel positive. I want to invite positivity into this channel. That's my aim this time. It's not about only vanity and looking great. And so I want us to be a family and friends over here, and that's my aim for my new YouTube channel moving forward. Yes, makeup, weight loss, if you still want tips on that. I've changed a lot from the person you knew from back then, and I hope that you guys are open to it, open to this community that I want to build on my channel. My dream is to help people, to open subject, to not just be full of makeup, but also full of thoughts. So that is briefly why I left YouTube. If you guys ever found a topic that I spoke about here interesting and you want me to broaden about it or speak a little more about something different regarding those topics, because I know some of the things that I was saying is pretty heavy, let me know. There are some things that need to be addressed and some things that I could help you out with. We're family here on earth. We can help each other, and I was not put on earth to just put makeup and look awesome. I was here to help my neighbors, if that doesn't sound as cliche as it does right now. Hopefully this video was not such a downer. You got a little insight on my past. Positivity. Just want to give you guys all a big hug, and let's start the journey. Let's start. Let me stop procrastinating and be on YouTube. Lots of hugs and kisses, my friends. Hope you like, subscribe, hit the bell button. You will be seeing some posts from me soon. Let me know what you want next. Let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know if this video helped you in some way, or you feel like you relate to me a little bit. I would love to hear from you guys, and I miss hearing from you guys. I miss the comment section, to be honest. And if I get trolls, guys, be kind to them. Spread some love. Add little kisses to them in the comment section as a reply, because I'm gonna do that. Let's all try to be awesome people. Okay, bye my friends. Love you so much. You will be seeing from me soon. Bye. Positivity.